of the semester. I'm still not at my peak, though. Although the capacity of my magic power is still relatively small. There is also a limit to the output. That's why I'm so tired just from preventing the disaster. There's still a long way to go. Dealing with the labyrinth boss was more of a hassle than I thought. Is the guy who got the labyrinth's owner to give us his name just average? Still, taking the disciple kid with us, there weren't any major issues. I think I understand why modern people go to great lengths to make contracts with the constellations. The guy whose name was taken becomes a constellation. You seem to have a lot on your mind. It's because of things called constellations. It seems like we went straight to the guide after defeating the boss, but did we hear anything different? You're here. Did you take care of the disaster well? Yeah, I defeated the labyrinth boss and finished it properly. Ah. It's a disposable crystal anyway, so it's okay. What's with that spear? Ah, this. It was what the labyrinth boss was holding. It didn't get absorbed into the ring, so I bought it. Really? That's strange. Can you show me your ring? Okay. Good, it seems like the name has been properly absorbed. Then. Now the real game is about to begin. Names will be scattered as we discussed last time. There is a possibility that high-quality names will be used from now on. I'll have to sneak a peek to find out exactly what it is, but it's likely they're the ones from the Tower of Destruction that you broke down. Those bastards. It was full of bothersome people. Ah, I'm getting angry just by thinking of it. Ho, cheer up. Well, before the name gets sprayed. We'll meet later again. So, she mentioned that it seems like more names will scatter again. Ah, that's why they were in the Tower of Destruction. Actually, I was also the owner of the tower, but I don't remember everyone there. Well, in the first place, there were almost only monsters on the first floor. Yeah, those guys probably didn't have a name to lose. Most likely, if we scatter names again, they'll be from individuals of at least the second tier or higher. Yeah, there's been a small increase in the number of annoying guys there. Wait a minute. If the Tower of Destruction guys are coming down, aren't you also one of the Labyrinth Lords? What? And no, didn't I say I was forcibly made a lord because of that guy too? This bastard, you seem more suspicious when you stutter, you know. Labyrinth Lord bastard. I'm not a Labyrinth Lord bastard. I'm not a Labyrinth Lord bastard. You don't have to say it twice, I believe it. Phew. But it's weird apart from the suspicions. No matter how his name was taken, why does Barche have no power at all? If you only look at my disciples or other holy constellations, you give some power to the contractor even though it may have less power in the present, right? But it's weird that he's the only weak holy constellation. If I think about it, I heard that his name was taken away, but he was reborn without becoming a holy constellation. People who knew me in the past are still calling me by my pre-reincarnation name. I don't know, it's not the kind of problem that gets solved by pondering. For now, I'll train constantly. Then I'll have the same power that I had in my prime. It's okay to find the answer after that. The next day after school, Valhalla Gym. Kim Joo-hyuk. I knew he was strong. But deep down, I still didn't want to admit it. I couldn't help but acknowledge it when I saw the power he displayed in front of me. It's not just Kim Joo-hyuk. All three who were taught by Kim Joo-hyuk easily overpowered the monsters. If I also receive guidance from Kim Joo-hyuk. Kim Joo-hyuk. Ah. Minutes ago. That's it. Here, take the towel. Ah, thank you. Now, you're not getting tired easily and following well. That's right. I'm ready to take on tougher challenges. Don't you remember how you panted like crazy on the first day? I didn't know it would suddenly become that tough, so. I don't like to say this but, since Yanlang is doing okay, let's check on her. Huff. Huff. Ha. Really? This is crazy. Ha. This is called overtraining. Gasp. Didn't you know it was going to be tough? I had no idea that it was going to be this extreme. This place is better than that. I'll try harder. Did you just say TSK? You heard it. You'll see. I'll catch up with you in a minute. Originally, we should have corrected our fighting style while practicing behind, but since we've accumulated fatigue from blocking the disaster, let's take a break and exercise at our own pace. Alright. Yes. What are you going to do, Ju Hyuk? I'll head back to the dorm to work on my magic skills for a bit. Then I'll do the same. You don't need to follow this either. Just do it on your own. Next time, we'll start with the upper body, so let's mark it down in advance. So, it'll be okay, right? Well, it's true that a neighborhood gym is definitely lacking in manners, but since we're the only ones using this facility, aside from that one guy, it's not a big deal, right? Yes indeed. Then, I'll go, too. Yanlang, are you going to stay longer? Yes. I'm not that tired yet, so I'm going to exercise more. You're doing great too, don't push yourself too hard, and I'll see you tomorrow. Yes. I can really feel myself improving and getting stronger with Kim Ju-hyuk's training. Especially when the disaster hit, I even felt that the monsters were weak, to that extent. But Kim Ju-hyuk, he's an exception to the rules. I've never seen anyone take down monsters with such ease before. I think Kim Ju-hyuk has become even stronger than when he fought me. Amazing. Isn't he really amazing? Why did I become a disciple of Kim Ju-hyuk? Isn't my goal to surpass him? But Kim Ju-hyuk is insanely strong, so it's amazing. To be honest, I've been feeling a bit overwhelmed while sparring with Kim Ju-hyuk. I find it hard to accept that I can surpass him. Well, didn't he solve all my problems at Seoul? And to top it all off, he's even letting me use the dorm for free, so I don't have to worry about a place to stay. And thanks to the special class, I'm even getting free meals now. Yeah, because of that loyalty. I'm still a student. That's it. That's not it at all. Suddenly, I just can't help but think of Kim Ju-hyuk, and when I do, my heart starts racing for some reason. I miss Kim Ju-hyuk when my heart beats. It's not like I'm doing my training roughly. I want to do it with Kim Ju-hyuk, not alone. Calm down. Didn't we just have an intense training session with Kim Ju-hyuk a little while ago? I'm not a pervert, just stop thinking about it. You fool. You're telling me not to think about it, but that just makes me think about it even more. I'm picking it up to wash it. That guy sometimes forgets to wash his towel, that's why I'm doing it for him. No one is here. Right. Then. Just a little. Yanlang. You saw it. What? You've seen through my weakness. Weakness. You saw it. Arg. Valhalla Dormitory. What's this? At this hour? What's going on, Adelia, in the middle of the night like this? I'm sorry. It was night in Korea. The holy constellation has awakened. That's good news. Do you have free time? If you want, I can make it separately. Then, stay there with the relics. What? It's been a while since I had to meet my students face to face. The ruler of the underworld is getting furious. Lord Constellation. Is it because of the CCTV footage from earlier that you're like this? The ruler of the underworld is getting furious. Damn it. That wasn't supposed to be shown on that screen earlier. Chairman's Office of Valhalla. Woo. Chairman of the board, Black Cat. It's already night, isn't it? Being a company's chairman is a tough job, too. Then, let's just check the school facilities once more and head home. That's what the Holy Constellation said right after he bought the school. Check the CCTV regularly. Wasn't she saying that to check on the women who were tailing Kim Joo-hyuk? I think she might be overreacting, to be honest. Ha. Who's in the gym? Is it possible that Kim Joo-hyuk is still there? Fitness room. A dead body. No, it looks like he's unconscious. Isn't that Oh Si-hyuk? The ruler of the underworld says, rewind the CCTV footage. Alright. Cam, fitness room, 18.59.45.00. Cam 1 fitness room. Ah, he's up. Cam fitness room, let me check what happened. The ruler of the underworld said, I understand. Cam fitness room. Cam fitness room. Cam, fitness room. Why did Yen Lang suddenly attack Oh Si-hyuk? There's no sound, so I don't know what happened before and after. The ruler of the underworld says, rewind Yen Lang's part more. Alright. So that girl stole Master's towel, which was soaked with his sweat, and sniffed it in secret when no one was looking. Yes, after that, it seems like she got caught by Oh Si-hyuk in that scene, and it was humiliating. The ruler of the underworld is enraged, saying, I'll tear her to pieces. Again, the Holy Constellation's tantrums are becoming more frequent. There have been many times in the past when she became furious for absolutely no reason, but lately, she's been losing her temper specifically when it comes to matters related to Kim Joo-hyuk. Wait, didn't she mention that she knows Kim Joo-hyuk very well? And she even mentions him as a master. Is it really true that Kim Joo-hyuk is the master of the Holy Constellation? But didn't the Holy Constellation already exist in the world before high school student Kim Joo-hyuk was even born? No, more than that, right now. Black Cat, you're still here. I need to live. Yes. I'm sorry to ask this late at night, but can you go somewhere with me? What's this, were you talking with Luminous? Ha. Yes. Okay, then let's use your skills and go some distance. Where are you talking about going? UK. Is everything planned well? Baekjang, leader, Alchemist John. That's right, there are approximately 200 seal magic circles that block intruders within Valhalla. About 100 of them are set up in the dormitory where Kim Joo-hyuk lives. Really? That doesn't matter. Anyway, they'll be rendered useless in one room with the Constellation's abilities. Yes, the Constellation of Leaders, the never-changing alchemist. It is absolutely essential when it comes to magical abilities and defense-related abilities. Once the leader nullifies all the magic circles, then the leader and the four of us will head straight to where Kim Joo-hyuk is. After that, we'll cast a magic interference spell to conceal our attack. And the remaining members will take care of Kim Joo-hyuk's friends. You mean the students who came to prevent the calamity? That's right, if we take care of not only Kim Joo-hyuk but also those guys, we'll definitely make our names known. Well, we might be called a cowardly group that only targets students, but to villains like us, that's a compliment. Then shall we get started? Assassination operation for Kim Joo-hyuk and his lackeys. I knew this would happen. I was just going to keep watching and wait for an opportunity, but now you're saying we're going to go and assassinate him. We should have killed you a long time ago, forget about surveillance and all that. Well, we were always planning to kill you eventually, as per the Constellation's words. Let's move that schedule up to today. What's this? You guys. Can't you tell by looking at this? The one-horned god. No way, that sect. What's with this guy, is he really not a complete idiot? Then, we can do nothing about it. Die. Is this a shield? It was an attack that could easily pierce through a trivial defense like that. I don't know what the hell you're trying to kill me for. Ugh. I'll show you guys. The power of an S-class constellation. An S-class constellation. That's right. The constellation he signed a contract with is the absolutely unchangeable alchemist. Were you surprised because we knew about the constellations in advance? But whether we know it or not, you're quite a famous person, you know. What? The sacred relic you're currently equipped with. Is it an artifact of the Apocalypse era? What's the big deal? So the S-rank constellation, and all that fuss was for nothing. That's right, artifacts of the Apocalypse era are famous for being inhabited by strong constellations. After all. Moreover, that alchemist John Guy became famous for coincidentally acquiring a relic and becoming an S-rank constellation. Thanks to that, the demand for relics of the Apocalypse era has skyrocketed in the market. But despite obtaining a strong constellation, the fact that he's only doing something like the creation of an evil group. I don't want to hear that kind of talk from bastards like you. What is it, a magic circle? Did he put something like this on the base? Ah, shit, avoid it. This bastard, how many magic circles has he laid out in his own base? That's very annoying. Monstrous guys like them. They can even sense an upcoming attack towards them. I don't know what kind of abilities those guys have, or what kind of power the constellation possesses. Well, it's okay I guess. There are approximately 1,200 magic circles installed in this mansion. They won't be able to avoid all of that. And the absolute defense ability of the absolute unchanging alchemist, with just this, I won't be swept away by magic, and I won't die at the hands of those guys either. If my teammates were still alive, I absolutely wouldn't have used this. It doesn't matter now. Die. You're going to kill me. And bring out another magic circle too. But why can't I see anything? What happened? I clearly activated the magic circle, didn't I? I detected a hidden magic circle as soon as I arrived here. There were about 1,200 small magic circles containing a simple spell to launch chains. What are you talking about? If all those magic circles were neutralized, then I would have noticed it right away, you know. It's not neutralization, but blocking, so it doesn't matter. Well, it's that kind of ability. A shockwave of this level can be defended against with absolute defense. Arg. Damn it, was it a little shallow? I guess so. What happened? Absolute defense didn't work. Ack. Ugh. He's more skilled in basic combat than I thought. I thought he was just relying on the power of the constellation. These bastards are strong. I'm barely managing to dodge or block, but they're overflowing with spare energy. And besides, if absolute defense doesn't work, there's nothing more I can do. Did you not think I'd get this far? What? I don't know the exact reason why you targeted us, but isn't this enough to be considered a massacre? Excluding me, all 100 members of the White Squad have died. If you were dissatisfied with me acting as a villain, then I'll stop now. What do you think? You're misunderstanding something, but it doesn't matter whether you become a villain or not. Because you're killing someone who shouldn't be touched, because you tried to touch them. The most recent assassination plan is the Kim Joo-hyuk assassination plan today, so they came because I tried to touch Kim Joo-hyuk. For the sake of a mere high school student. The worst evil organization is here. It's no use, they're not the kind of people who can be persuaded with words. This is the only way to live. What is that amount of mana? Maybe that's. It is, emergence. An absolutely immutable alchemist responds to your call. Using a large amount of magical power to construct a sacred realm and manifest the constellation is the basic idea, but there's no other way now. The absolute unchanging alchemist will permanently consume your magical power and life force to manifest. Even if I have to sacrifice my life and magical power, I have to manifest the constellation right here and now if I want to have any chance of winning. I'm sorry to bother you in the midst of your busy emergence, Mr. Alchemist. There is a message from our holy constellation, Dugwe. Alchemist, that bastard tried to harm our benefactor, the god of war. The absolute unchanging alchemist asks, is the story true? And no, holy constellation. I just planned the assassination of a Valhalla high school student named Kim Joo-hyuk. This is unfair. The absolute unchanging alchemist. This stupid fool. Saying that he stops his divine manifestation. The absolute unchanging alchemist cancels the contract with you. I will reclaim the power of alchemy that I had bestowed upon you. Congratulations, Alchemist John. Just now, His Holiness the Constellation declared that they will personally execute you. Of course, there's a method where a contractor with a true divine contract can manifest the constellation by sacrificing their own life force. But that's not a conventional method. Is that so? What about holding two sacred relics at the same time? Wouldn't that allow you to meet both of them? That's a bit difficult, too. Firstly, holding a sacred relic and meeting a constellation implies that your mind is transferred to the constellation's realm of thought. That realm of thought refers to the sacred space embodied within the sacred object, which is the holy constellation's own unique space. Therefore, the spaces of two relics can't overlap. Furthermore, while the constellations possess immense power and can bestow it, they are fundamentally bound to the sacred relics. So, as long as the constellation embedded in the sacred relic doesn't disappear, it cannot move to another sacred relic. Lastly, even if you hold two sacred objects at the same time, Kim Joo-hyuk's spirit is one, so you can only visit a single realm of thought. What's this? Was it about Barth? Yes, I thought you would have already known, considering it was already covered in class. Then you should have told me before I got here. You'd better prepare to get beaten up in the spiritual world later. Anyway, even if meeting them simultaneously is out of the question, you can still hold both of them to have a conversation, right? Actually, the thing is, numerous notifications have been popping up ever since Kim Joo-hyuk and the other person arrived here. It's the same for me, but I deliberately left some of them unattended for a while. Really? My holy constellation, long time no see, kiddo. That's what they said. My holy constellation, same here, you lunatic. That's what they said. My holy constellation is again. Now my holy constellation. All for you. Right, they weren't on good terms, were they? I thought I educated them properly, but they're still the same. Stop fighting and listen to me for a moment. Alright. You both roughly understand Mojiri and Baoguang, but the guy who made us like this is trying to make a move again. I've roughly talked about it with Baoguang before, but that disaster last time was also his doing. Now, something even bigger than that disaster could happen. So far, it's been just a prelude. So, until I regain my original power, I'll occasionally try to borrow your powers. Is that okay? Our holy constellation, of course, Master. That's what they said. My holy constellation too, of course, Master, this humble disciple is always ready to help. That's what they said. With this, only 3 disciples are remaining. Before the Labyrinth Lord strikes again, I'll find the rest of the disciples too. Black Cat, you've connected the academy in this place through a passageway, right? I might come here often. The passageway we came through is still intact, right? Yes, it's still connected to the entrance. Then, I'll return to Valhalla first, you two can get to know each other in the meantime. You're the contractors of my disciple, so you'll be meeting often. All right. I was too flustered to ask right away, but your black cat, the owner of the market, right? I did hear about that through my secretary, but why as the director of Valhalla? I see, that was a convincing answer. Thank you. I guess most of the enemies have been dealt with now. That's right, holy constellation. Beck Jiang has completely disappeared too. Then, here is the next command. You must protect him. It's an order. So the order essentially means that we must protect the target while being near him. Thus we must show ourselves first so that he won't be wary of us. There is no need for that. You only have to move when you need to protect him. Then, do we just continue hiding our presence and follow him? You can reveal your appearance and true identity when that person utters a certain word. What word? Are you sure that's the right word? Yes. Next day. Valhalla Jim. What the? Oh Sihyuk. What's wrong with your face? Don't worry about that, rather. Please accept me as your disciple. What? Please accept me as your disciple. What? I don't want to. You don't want to. Yeah. Right, I guess the rumors are true. What rumors? That you only accept female disciples to create a harem. What? Who the hell is spreading such nonsense? To begin with, these two follow me out of their own accord. And there's only one person I personally took in as my disciple, and that's Yanlang. So unless you want to get hurt, never mention that bullshit about creating a harem or whatever. I was just repeating what I heard. Moreover, I'm already taking care of 3 people, do you think I have enough time to teach you? That makes sense. Still, it's a pity. These days, I prioritize my training over teaching kids, but someone capable enough to resist monsters to an extent, having him on my side and helping him grow stronger isn't a bad idea. Yanlang. Yes. Ha. You teach him. Me. Since both of you are physically oriented, you'll have good synergy and it'll be convenient to spar with each other. I see. Alright, I'll be working out first, so you two get acquainted. Alright. What, do you have something to say? You came back and stomped my face when I passed out. I think it was because you felt embarrassed or something. Were you embarrassed because I saw you wiping sweat off your face? In that case, I'll be careful from now on. That's a relief. So he didn't see what I did. Yeah man. You should be careful. Arg. Alright, come here. I'll show you the training routine you should be following. Okay. Juhyuk. What? Next week's going to be a vacation, what will you be doing? Vacation. We didn't even finish our final exams, right? Didn't we only take one short quiz or something? That must have been the final written exam. The final exams usually focus on assessing practical skills, so the written part is kept simple. Moreover, we are exempt from the practical exams. The eye of the great forest that we entered during. The competition was the location for the final practical exam, right? Yes, since we already have experience with the labyrinth, we are exempt from the practical exams. That's right, I remember now. Well, I'll keep training my physical strength as usual. Though I might step up on the training a bit. I see. Alright, I'll do that too. What, don't you have any plans of your own? Apart from the time we train together, you're free to do anything, you know. I'm doing it because I want to. I want to train and become stronger just like you. It's my will, Juhyuk. Still, I might go to my family home a few times. Since I have some successor training. Do whatever you want. I am also going to stay during the vacation and train with you. Are you listening? 1 week later. U.S. Heroes Hero Academy. President of Hero Academy, Beck. Beck, President. A few days ago. Logan. Oh, Beck. You're here. Otto, the one, Destroyer Logan. Did you come to meet your son before the vacation? There's no way, I would only disturb them, wouldn't I? Well, besides that, I destroyed those villains that messed with my son. I also heard about that recently. You annihilated the villain group called Ilshinja, right? Yes, they were just some insignificant and boring guys. And for some reason, their leader was already dead, cut into pieces. What? Was there an internal conflict? Well, I don't know about that, but it was a shame. Because you couldn't destroy them with your own hands. That's part of it, but one of the reasons I raided them was to get information on the Blood Lion. Blood Lion. That mysterious villain group that killed your father. What's that black thing? Ah, this. When I raided their hideout, it caught my eye, so I brought it. It's the light sword. The sword that entranced its wielder and caused the guild massacre. I heard it disappeared without a trace after that incident. For some reason, they had it. But somehow it feels like the sword is trying to talk to me. Why, you're not entranced by it, are you? Of course not, or this school would be in ruins by now. No. My mind is clear. It's just that the constant whispers are annoying. So, I came to ask if I could leave it in the Hero Academy's sacred artifact depository. That's possible, but I have a question. Can you tell me what it's whispering to you? Find my master. Since then, I've been trying to put it in the sacred artifact depository. But the constellations in the other sacred artifacts reacted so violently that I had to take it out. By the way, find my master. Does that mean there's a separate master for the constellation inside this light sword? What the? What's going on? The classroom and the yard exploded. Is it an accident? No, it's the vacation period, there shouldn't be any students on the premises, right? Who are you? Are you the leader of the group that attacked the school? Ha! Group. I'm alone though. He attacked the Hero Academy all by himself. He broke through the security and the defense magic circles. Moreover, that appearance, is he really human? What is your identity? Identity. Ha! So, you want me to reveal my name? Well, I would have killed you just for asking that question, but since I'm delighted to have reclaimed my name, I'll tell you. Regained your name. This outer shell belongs to the Backers Nature of Leicester. Backers Nature. It's an evil organization I've heard of before. My true name is MANHWA. So your name is MANHWA. That's not a common name in this country. Well then, I should introduce myself as well. I am Beck, chairman of the Hero Academy. And in my prime, I was known as Bomber Beck. What? That surprised me. Did you make a contract with a constellation that has explosive abilities? In a way, I have similar abilities too. He's completely unharmed. That would have been a fatal injury for a normal person. Q. AR.GH, I feel like I'm going to lose consciousness. Gacy you are. GH. He's strong. What kind of monstrous strength is this? Oh, you're not dead. You're pretty tough, huh? You're really different from those worms lying over there. I was wondering why no one came with all the commotion. It was because that guy took them down. Bastard. Oh. Even that attack might not harm him, but that's just a distraction. Because this is the real attack. Ha. Ha. Not bad. Of course, to beat me, you would need a stronger explosion than that. Arg. Earth. Oh. It's impressive that you're still alive. Ugh. Even when I was the constellation of the Tobacco, there wasn't a contractor this tough. This is fun. What? You're a constellation. That's right. I was a constellation that went by the name, the Tyrant of Destruction. The constellation of destruction is astonished. 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 Why on earth is the constellation reacting like this? Don't tell me. A constellation has really manifested. It seems like there's nothing more to play with now. Stop pretending to be dead. Hey, you with the horns. Stop bothering them and play with me instead. Who is that young guy? He looks familiar. Wait, could it be my Kim Joo-hyuk from Valhalla Academy? What the? You. Do you want to die too? How is that possible? I came here to beat you up. Oh wait a minute, I think I know who you are. What? Those unruly grown horns. And those assertive prominent teeth. That red skin. You're Hong Wai, the loser from the second floor of the Tower of Doom, right? Loser. Who the hell are you? Ha, you bastard. You'll remember once you get beaten up. That mana, it feels strangely familiar. Anyway, die. Ha. I recognize this feeling. You're that hero. I never imagined you'd be reincarnated. Is that so? Even I never imagined those who lost to me would be going around as constellations. Constellation, huh? Well, with my name forgotten and my body gone, everyone started following me by calling me a constellation. But it's different now that I've regained my name and body. And now that I'm facing you, I understand. You've become weaker, hero, compared to the past. Isn't it obvious? I'm still a high school student. I see. In that case, now is the perfect opportunity to kill you. Ha! How long are you going to keep dodging? Is this still my limit? When I fought the constellation of Seoul, it was in the realm of imagination. So I was able to fight with the same power as I did in the past. However, fighting a fully manifested constellation in the real world is a bit challenging. I don't know how strong the others are, but if I'm struggling this much against a loser from the second floor, the others will be even harder. There's no point in trying to run away. This is my strongest attack. What's with the size of that explosion? So he wasn't even using his full power when he fought against me. He managed to dodge well until now, but it'll be difficult to escape from this attack unharmed. I guess I should stop being so stubborn and take advantage of my disciples' help, right? Ha. Arg. Arg. How did you avoid the explosion? There's no way you could have dodged that. That's right, I didn't dodge it. I just cut it. I suddenly felt someone else's mana. Did he borrow that power? Ha. I have to run away. I just regained my name, I can't die yet. Even if it hurts my pride, I'll do whatever it takes to survive and plan for the future. Wow, you're ridiculous. You destroy the school, kill everyone, and now that you're about to die, you run away. That's why you're a loser. You red demon bastard. Damn it. I guess this means it was absorbed. Ugh. I'm sorry, I was too preoccupied dealing with that guy. Are you okay? Well, I somehow managed to live. My healing ability isn't great, so I'll call this country's emergency medical services. Thank you. Are you Kim Joo-hyuk, the student from Valhalla? Even the faculty members of this school know my name. Yes. You're quite famous after all. It might take some time for the rescue team to arrive, so please lie down and rest. It's fine. Amidst the chaos, my introduction was delayed, but I am Beck, the chairman of this Hero Academy. It might not be the right time to talk about this, but I want to thank you for defeating that monster earlier. Not at all, you're welcome, and I was actually a bit late. The rescue team says they'll be here shortly. Ah, thank you. Well, I'll be leaving now. What? There's nothing more for me to do here, so I'll be leaving. Goodbye. What on earth happened here? I heard from the news that the Hero Academy was under attack and rushed over. Are you alright? Logan. It seems the emergency team has arrived, so I'll give you the details later. Everyone's seriously injured, but most of them are alive. Thanks to Kim Joo-hyuk, that monster was defeated quickly and the rescue team arrived on time. So, what happened? Please explain. Are you saying Kim Joo-hyuk from Valhalla Academy came and dealt with the manifested constellation? That's right. I'm not sure if it was a real constellation, but it was a being with intellectual abilities similar to humans and overflowing magical power. Well, if it was a low-grade constellation, even in a manifested state, a strong contractor could deal with it. But isn't he just 17 years old? That's right. Did you know Kim Joo-hyuk? Of course, I know him. He's the one who defeated my child in the competition, isn't he? Moreover, he captured several villains too. Every top-ranking contractor would know his name. Still, facing a constellation is completely different from fighting villains. How did he defeat that monster? When he was finishing off the constellation, I felt an unusual power. I think it might be from the constellation he contracted with. So, you're saying he already contracted with a constellation? At the young age of 17. Yeah, and what's more interesting is that it felt like he was accustomed to using such strong power. Accustomed, you say? If I'm not mistaken. It was the same magical power I felt from the black market. I heard that the constellation known as the ruler of the underworld created that place. So, he contracted with that constellation. It's not certain. I'm just saying this because the magical power felt similar. Where is he now? I believe he returned to Valhalla Academy. Isn't the Valhalla Academy located in Korea? How could he come and go so quickly? Well, I suspect it might be teleportation. Teleportation. That's right. When Kim Joo-hyuk was about to leave, a portal opened and he entered it. It might be a teleportation ability utilizing the power of a constellation. Logan. There are very few contractors who can teleport. I know, because there are extremely few constellations that possess such abilities. There's no way. It can't be. Could Kim Joo-hyuk be related to the organization I'm looking for? I need to look into this right away. Valhalla Academy. Who? What the, were you waiting for me? Yes, I was. I received an order from the Constellation to fully support Mr. Ju-hyuk. So, I was observing Mr. Ju-hyuk's battle in case any unfortunate circumstance arose. You were observing. That's right. I created a small alternate portal and observed through that. It's creepy to think that such a thing is possible. It's thanks to this ability we were able to detect that Constellations attack. Well, that's true. Next week, another name will be sent down. By name, do you mean those from the Tower of Destruction you mentioned before? That's right. That's right. Your answer is vague compared to the last time. I'm sorry. The surveillance from the Lord of the Labyrinth has intensified. Although my existence hasn't been discovered yet, I feel that recently, they've been extremely cautious about information leaking out. Is that so? The location is the Hero Academy of the United States. Are you familiar with it? I've heard of it. I'll just go out and search for information about it. Just keep monitoring that place, and if a constellation invades, quickly defeat it just like last time. And it will be difficult for us to meet after today. Is it because of the surveillance you mentioned earlier? Yes. I need to lay low for now since I might need to act at a crucial moment later on. Instead, I'll explain how to use the ring in advance. Can you take it out? There are two ways to use the ring. First, you can convert the power of a name into your own. Second, you can use the ability embedded in the name as it is. Each method has a disadvantage. For the first method, you cannot fully convert the power of the name. Since only the Lord of the Labyrinth can directly consume names. You can only absorb the remnants of the power. For the second method, you cannot improve or grow the ability. Yes, let's say you absorb the name of a constellation with the ability to shoot water. If you were to use that constellation's ability, regardless of your own strength, you would only be able to use the ability at the same flow and pressure as that constellation. The choice is yours. My current goal is to quickly regain the power I held in my prime. So, I'll absorb the power of the name into my own. Is this it? Have I really become stronger? I don't feel any difference though. Excuse me, Mr. Ju-hyuk. Sorry, I was thinking about something so I wasn't paying attention. No, it's okay. So, why did you call me? You defeated Hongwei at the Hero Academy, right? The technique you used to defeat Hongwei. It's // right? That's right, the technique is //. As expected. Would it be possible for you to demonstrate it to me? What? You're also contracted with the same constellation, can't you use it? Yes, that's true, but I'm embarrassed to say that I'm not as adept as you at using //. If it's not too much trouble, could you please teach me that technique? It might be better to ask the constellation instead of me, thank you. But okay. This place is good. // huh. First, gather magic power into your sword. Then twist your waist and release the ability as you slash. Well, it roughly works like this. It's easy, right? When the constellation taught me // it was vague and ambiguous. The ruler of the underworld says, twist your waist a bit. The ruler of the underworld asks, why can't you do it properly? That's why I thought learning from Kim Ju-hyuk, who is known as the master of my constellation, would help. But I guess it's, like teacher, like student, huh? What? You want me to show it one more time? No, it's okay. Huh? Did your // split the mountain in the back too? Yes, but only intended to cut through the forest and even adjusted my magic power, but it even cut through the mountain. Was it because I absorbed the name from the ring? Even just absorbing the remnants of the power could have this much of an impact. Let's call it a day for now. I'll make sure to at least show you the proper form next time. Alright, let's head back. I was a bit skeptical at first, but I've become quite strong, right? I'm impressed. Those bastards from the Tower of Destruction, I'll absorb them one by one as they come down. Wheel of Reincarnation. Hey, Spear. Myth. Spear. Have you finished arranging all the names? I have. Well, you've spread out the second-tier guys quite evenly. Is there a reason for holding on to that spear consciously? Aren't you going to answer? I don't think there's a need for you to know the reason. You also have a weapon, don't you? Is carrying a weapon the same as holding it in your hand? To me, they're similar, so it doesn't matter. He was only chosen by the Lord of the Labyrinth 300 years ago, yet he dares to speak so casually to me just because we share the same position. This bastard. If you weren't favored by the Lord of the Labyrinth, I would have killed you right here and now. What the hell? It seems like one of the names just disappeared. That's right. I think it's from the American side. Are you sure you arranged the names correctly? I arranged them precisely as the Lord of the Labyrinth instructed. Although I expected some of them to disappear, isn't this too early? I will report this to the Lord of the Labyrinth first. And I'll deal with you later. Do as you please. So. Chairman Black Cat. How can I help you? What brings you here today? The one, Logan. I came here because I have some questions for a student at this school. Is it related to the incident where Kim Joo-hyuk defeated the Constellation at the Hero Academy? I thought I had control over the information, but it seems Logan already heard about it. This conversation might take a while. Would you like to sit down and talk? Alright. I'll get to the point right away. There's a student named Kim Joo-hyuk here who visited the Hero Academy recently, right? And he even defeated a constellation there. That's correct. I have a lot of questions, but I'm mainly curious about two things. First, how did Kim Joo-hyuk know about the Constellations attack and even manage to defeat it? Second, how did he travel back and forth to the United States in an instant? Don't try to dodge the questions with vague answers. Because Beck told me that he felt the same energy from him as the black market. The owner of the market, Black Hat. Alright. Since you mentioned that he felt the same energy, you might already have an idea, but he uses my Constellations ability. The ruler of the underworld, right? That's right. So, Kim Joo-hyuk from Valhalla made a contract with the ruler of the underworld. They are under a preliminary contract, but they aren't in a state of complete contract. I understand your position, but I can't give you all the details, though I know what Logan is curious about. And that is Kim Joo-hyuk related to the Blood Lion? Yes. If you're aware of it, this conversation will be quick. I had to investigate the Blood Lion in the past as a matter related to the market. I thought they were just a group of villains, but I found that they were indirectly connected to you. That's right, they killed my father. After I became stronger, I searched for them everywhere by defeating any villain I could find, but I couldn't find anything about them. It's as if they evaporated overnight. The only thing I could find out was that all members of the Blood Lion are contractors who can utilize spatial movement. I also found out that much. However, like you Logan, I couldn't find their whereabouts. But Kim Joo-hyuk is not a member of the Blood Lion. It's true that he used spatial movement to quickly travel between Korea and the United States, but it's the ability of the constellation I serve. You mean the ability of the ruler of the underworld? That's correct. To be precise, it's more like a part of his ability. The ability to identify the constellation's attack on the Hero Academy is also one of the constellation's abilities. Oh, so that's what it was. That's right. Did you think I'd let it go with that vague explanation? Isn't it possible that your whole market is a part of the Blood Lion? You're going overboard with that assumption. No matter how we operate the black market, we are different from those villains who kill innocent people for a living. You call it an assumption. Don't you think it's a reasonable suspicion? You must know, right? There are very few contractors in this world that can utilize spatial movement. I know. So, from my point of view, it's natural to be suspicious. Moreover, the owner of the black market is supporting a mere high school student. I don't find an easier explanation for this awkward situation than, you helped each other as members of the bloodline. Right. If you're so suspicious, why don't you hire a private investigator to look into it? Kim Joo-hyuk and I indeed have a special relationship, but as I said before, we are not members of the bloodline. What? Here, I'm politely trying to explain the questions that Logan has. I'm even carefully explaining the abilities of my constellation. But it's going to be difficult if you keep pushing your suspicions on me. Let's stop the conversation here for today, and I would appreciate it if you could leave. Let's continue the conversation after you investigate your suspicions. And I would appreciate it if you could keep the information I shared here confidential. Especially, be cautious about our constellation's abilities. This bastard. Does he expect me to go back quietly after coming this far? What are you going to do if I refuse? Then, you'll have to die. You're going to kill me. You've got guts, let's see you try. Of course, I can't kill you. You're the strongest among the contractors, the one. But if you continue to cross the line, my constellation will personally kill you. If your curiosity is satisfied, then leave. If you provoke me further, I won't stay still. Manage your contractors well, you idiot. That's what she says. What nonsense. The constellation of Destroyer of all things says, leave without causing a commotion. Alright, I'll leave it at this for today. Next time, I won't leave empty-handed like this. Next time, I should pay more attention to controlling the information. Just in case, I should report today's events to Adelia Ventric. Circulating magic power with this method made me realize how much stronger I've become. I gained experience equivalent to 30 days of dedicated training all at once. But my physical body is lacking compared to my magic power. That's why it was difficult to notice the difference. If I want to absorb more power, I should go back to focusing on physical training. If I focus only on one aspect, I'll end up fighting with borrowed power like those kids these days. By the way, Barche, didn't you feel anything when you saw Hongwei last time? No. Are you still doubting me? No, I mean, what if the Lord of the Labyrinth's brainwashing suddenly returns and you become the Tower Master again? Right now, I don't have any power, and I didn't even sense any sign of it. By the way, Kim Joo-hyuk, did you feel anything at the Hero Academy? What? What else was there besides Hongwei? Right, I faintly sensed a power from within the school that felt similar to yours. A similar power as mine. I share your senses to some extent. So, I'm certain. Well, if that's the case, I should go back to the Hero Academy soon. Is everyone here? Those who have received a name. It seems like everyone is here. Except for a few. How many? Like Hongwei, who was causing a commotion earlier. That stupid bastard. After waiting patiently for 300 years, why did he cause a mess right away? And he just went and died like that. He probably underestimated the opponent's level and let his guard down. What a pathetic guy. If you die here, you'll go back up there. You'll end up wandering as a name for another 300 years. Of course, we were sent with the mission to cause destruction, but we could have finished it while taking it easy. But that idiot went too far. Is there anyone else with unusual circumstances among the ones we can't contact? Watch out. That guy who loves corpses. That's right. I hope he doesn't die early like Hongwei while showing off. We've received a message from Wacha. What did he say? Global competition. I will make sure to cause a commotion there.